Welcome back to Twitter Writing. 안녕하세요 여러분. 트위터 라이팅의 권리나입니다. Now, the test-taking season is upon us, and this is a monumentally stressful time for both the test takers and the families alike. In fact, I have a little bit of a motivational quote for all of you guys who are looking to take the test. It's in the wise words of Dr. Seuss. He said, "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose." So everybody that's waiting to take the test, hang in there, you're almost there. You've been preparing this for a very long time. So good luck or best of luck to you. So in this slide today, I want to talk about test taking, although it's a topic that I naturally fringe to. Unit 23에서는 수험생 응원하기에 대해서 영작하는 것을 배워보도록 할게요. But before we move on, there's a couple of words, or as I call it, a vocabulary face-off. This is where two words that have the similar meanings, or synonymous of course, come to use in different contexts. So today, the first word I want to take a look at is test versus examinations, 또는 exam for short. Now, in the dictionary, of course, test is 시험 and exam is also 시험. Now, there's one thing I want you to highlight, and it's that examination has a much wider perspective, much broader use than test. Test is literally 시험. 정말 그냥 시험을 보고 테스트라고 많이 합니다. So a quiz or a very short test. Maybe you had a lesson and a language lesson, and at the end of the class, your instructor gave you a pop quiz of 10 questions. That will be referred to as a test. A test, more not so much examination. Examination is usually something you prepare for a very long time. So an SAT, although it's a standardized test, is more often referred to as an examination. You could call it both of it, but you can't call a quiz a test. So remember that exam is much more widely used. 그리고 또 다른 점은요, exam은 시험 말고도 또 다른 미닝이 굉장히 많아요. 정밀 검사 이런 걸 보고도 exam이라고 할 수 있어요. Because it's a checkup, you can also refer to as an exam. 또 다른 미닝은 분석. When you're analyzing something, you could also call it an examination. So the word examination has much more wider use. So not every test is an exam, but every exam is a test. All right, on that note, the next set of words I want to take a closer look at today is thanks versus appreciate. 감사하다. 감사하다 이런 뜻이죠. But thank is a little bit less formal than appreciate. If you want to be a little bit more polite, you use the word appreciate. Especially to someone that you've never met through maybe you're emailing someone. Appreciate is a little bit more formal. 그리고 appreciation 단어는 두 가지 미닝이 있어요. 감사하다 이런 뜻도 되지만 환영하다 이런 뜻이 될 수도 있어요. 예를 들어서 뭐 당신의 지지를 환영합니다. 이런 말을 하려면 your support is greatly appreciated. 이런 말을 사용할 수 있어요. But you can't say your support is greatly thanked after. No. You say your support, your presence is greatly appreciated. So know that the word appreciate has a much broader use, and it's a little bit more formal than thanks. All right. On that note, we're ready to dive into today's lesson. Follow me to Twitter Dialogue Writing. Twitter dialogue writing, here we are again. This is where we take a closer look at an entire dialogue and we approach a whole set of expressions. So first off, let's listen to the Korean dialogue. Listen carefully and see how you would translate it. Listen up.
수능 시험이 6일 남았습니다. 많은 응원 부탁드립니다.
정말 수능 시험이 코앞으로 다가왔네요.
요즘 긴장을 너무 많이 해서 잠도 잘 오지 않아요.
그럴 때는 간단한 운동을 한번 해보세요. 긴장을 푸는데 아주 많은 도움이 됩니다.
시험 당일까지 계속 스트레스에 시달리면 어떻게 하죠?
너무 걱정하지 마세요. 전국의 모든 수험생들이 똑같은 기분일 것 같아요.
빨리 수능 시험이 끝났으면 좋겠습니다. 친구들과 배낭여행을 떠나기로 했거든요.
네, 남은 6일간 최선을 다해주세요.
좋은 충고 감사드립니다.
전국의 모든 수험생 여러분, 마지막까지 힘내세요. 파이팅!
So my cameraman brings up a good point. If you have a test ahead of you, or if the test is right around the corner, should you be on Twitter? Probably not. But if you're just trying to rest your mind before you take the test, fine by me. I think everything should be done in moderation, including studying. So on that note, let's tackle each and one of these sentences. The first one says, 수능 시험이 6일 남았습니다. 얼마 안 남았네요. It's very easy, but the first word we should know is 수능 시험 has a proper name. It's actually given out by the government, so you can't call it anything else. It's called the College Scholastic Ability Test, and it's a name. And I know you guys are probably thinking, but you said a test that you prepare for a very long time is referred to as an examination, and you're right. This is more like an exam than a test, because test is usually very short, but it has an official name given out by the government, so I can't really do anything about it. It's called the College Scholastic Ability Test. Its name is just there for us to use. And now